What if every rival from the Pokemon games in the past was to become a gym leader in Scarlet and Violet? Well, today we're going to be trying to answer that question. What will their teams look like, and what location in Paldea would they take over, and what would their teams be like? Well, let's set some rules. We must include at least 2 Pokemon belonging to the trainers in either the manga, the games, or the anime, and at least 1 Paldean Pokemon has to be part of their gym leader team, and the rest can be filled out by either Pokemon that fit the rivals or that they used in the past which match with the gym typing. The original rival from the first generation of Pokemon, Trainer Blue, would fit really well in at the Cascarrafa Gym and taking over for Kofu. The reason I chose this location is because of Blue's choice of Squirtle as his starter Pokemon in the Origins anime. I even made a video a few years ago as to why Squirtle is Blue's true starter. You guys can check that out. Either way, we would have him in the Cascarrafa Gym, and the team he would use would be the following one. Now keep in mind, certain Pokemon aren't available yet in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and we'll make his team with what is currently available and confirmed, and add some bonus Pokemon in case they show up in the future. Now, of course, Squirtle isn't in the game yet, but as I said, we know that all the Generation 1 starter Pokemon are going to be added with DLC. So Wartortle would be the first Pokemon that will go in and replacing what would normally be Veluza in Kofu's team. We'll also add in Golduck, that is a Pokemon that Blue uses in the Adventures manga, and is a strong water type to enhance his team. And then we'll also have a last spot left for the starting Cascarrafa Gym, and so here we'll go for Scyther, as it is a Pokemon that Blue has in the games and the manga, and we'll give it a Water Terra type, as that's something that the gym leaders in Paldea often do. So this would be the team that Blue would replace Kofu with. However, there's also a rematch that you can do against Kofu, where he uses more Pokemon and is way stronger. So what would his team be in that case? First, we're going to make sure that Wartortle is fully evolved into a Blastoise. We're also going to keep Golduck and evolve Scyther into a Scizor, and also keep the Terrastall Water type, which is a good starting 3. But we should probably add another 3. One of these will be a new Pokemon which Blue has never actually used before, but that we might use if he was in actually Paldea. So we're going to give him Quaquaval, as I feel it is a Pokemon that fits Blue's style in some way. Just kind of a little bit nonchalant and kind of like fits well. But we are still missing 2 Pokemon more, so we're going to add in Gyarados, as we do need more water types, given he is a water type themed character and gym leader in this case. And we're going to finish things up with giving him a Vaporeon. That is a Pokemon which Blue can have in Pokemon Yellow version if you as the player choose a Pokemon which counters it. So overall, these would be the 2 possible teams that he could use, and that is what Blue would look like if he was the gym leader of Cascarrafa. What about Silver though? Well, we're going to throw him into the Glaseado Gym at the mountain and start by giving him a Weavile right off the bat, as Sneasel is Silver's best known Pokemon. However, what are the other 3 Pokemon for his starting team? Well, we also use Silver's other teammate Gengar here and give it a Ice Terrastall form. Now, I'm going to be honest, filling up the last 2 spots is going to be Pokemon that are specifically Paldean, Arctibax and Setitan, since they're both ice types as well, and I think they fit the vibe of Silver, with the extended part of his team having fully evolved versions of the previous Pokemon at the addition of Iron Bundle and Glalie to finish this team up. And the reason for Iron Bundle is that it is a version of Delibird, and since Delibird is a bit of a thief, I think it fits Silver since he was a literal thief and Glalie just kind of looks evil, so it fits well. I do wish Silver had more ice types so we could actually fill out this gym with more ice types that he actually uses, but we do end up having 2 of them, on his actual team here, and in this case, I think it's fine. So that's gonna be it. How about Brandon though? See, Brandon also serves as a bit of a actual, I guess, rival, and we're gonna put him in Brassius's gym with some grass types. We know that Brandon is confirmed to have a Sceptile and a Breloom in the Pokemon game, so we'll give him his starting team a Grovyle and also a Shroomish, with the last spot filled in by a Paldean Smoliv. But that's again just the starting team, Grovyle, Shroomish, and Smoliv. What about the rematch? Well, here we would evolve the Grovyle and Shroomish into Breloom and Sceptile, respectively, and also evolve Smoliv into Arboliva. And then we're going to add in Shiftry to his team, which he uses in the Pokemon anime at one point, and is a Pokemon confirmed to be returning in the DLC. We know it's coming back. And the last Pokemon can be a Terrastall Grass-type Gardevoir, as Gardevoir is another Pokemon which he uses in his team during the Pokemon Adventures manga, giving him a solid team themed around the grass typing, but also an extra bonus in there. However, he's not the only rival that you find in specifically Hoenn. May is also one, and here you can kind of go for the same team or a different one. Instead, we're going to give her a fire type gym in replacement of this team's star fire squad. We're going to start by giving her a Blaziken, as it is one of May's staple Pokemon in her team from the Adventures manga. And yes, I know it is not yet in the game, but we do know from leaks, it's been confirmed from leaks, that we're going to be seeing a return of all the starter Pokemon besides the Gen 5 starters. And of course, a camera up is going to be added in here as well, as well, it's just a perfect Pokemon that fits really well, and Brendan and both May use it in the games. We're also going to slide in a Torkoal, it's another Pokemon that is used, and top it all off with an Armor Rogue, which is a perfect Pokemon for a starting team. With her rematch team including a Tropius with a Fire Terrestrial form, as Tropius is a staple Pokemon of May's team, both in the manga and the video games, and finishing the team up with the Mag Cargo, so there it is, that's what it would look like. But we can't forget there is one more rival in Generation 3, and that's of course Wally. His stable Pokemon is of course Ralts, and as such, we're gonna give him that, and we're gonna give him the Tulip Gym over in Alfornada, as it is a Psychic type gym. Now, Tulip uses a mix of Psychic and Fairy types, so we're gonna have, just gonna work around a little bit with it. We're gonna add Espathra to Wally's team gym, because I think it fits well with the typing, and also fits him. We're also gonna add a Gallade, as he does use one in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, finishing up his team with an Altaria with the Psychic type Terrestrialization. So yeah, a smaller team, but I think it works well for our fella. For Generation 4's Barry, we're gonna give this fella a Water type gym, and also plop him into Cascarrafa's gym as well, as he fits there perfectly, given that his true starter has to be Piplup. As I said, I've done a video on this. And we will also give him a Prinplup in the starting gym, adding in Weasel as well, as it is a Pokemon that's a staple of his team, which he uses in the Adventure manga as well. We're also going to add in a Staravia with a Water type Terrestrial form, as Staraptor is literally one of his main Pokemon. We're going to finish up the starting team with a Tatsugiri in Barry's team, as he likes to use small and cute Pokemon, again, as you can see in the Adventures manga. And that pretty much should conclude his team there. We're going to skip forward a few generations to Generation 6, where we have Serena and her gym, which would be a Fire type one as well, so it would take place of the Fire Squad location instead. As for her team, we're going to kick off with a Fennekin, of course, as it is a staple of her team, and as I mentioned before, these Pokemon will most likely show up in the DLC for the game. Also, we're going to put Charcadet on her team, and an Eevee with a Fire Terrestrial form. And as for her complete team, we'll add in a Flareon evolution to that Eevee, and an Armorogue evolution for the Charcadet, and also, of course, we're going to evolve the Fennekin into a Delphox to kind of finish it off. So yes, it's only 3 Pokemon. If you guys have any additions to her team, please let me know in the comment section down below. We also have Calem, or X as he's called in the Pokemon Adventures manga. For his side and his team, we're going to be going to the Grass type gym as well in this case. We're going to give him a Chespin as a starter, and as I've again mentioned before, these Pokemon are most likely going to return. The only starter Pokemon that won't return in the DLC, most likely based on leaks, are going to be none else than Gen 5 starters. Either way, we're also going to add a Gogoat as well to his team, as both are part of his team in the manga, and since he's a pretty cool trainer, we're also going to give him a Floragato to finish up his starting squad. And of course, for his final team, we can fully evolve all of these guys and just have them all like decked out. So there you go, that would be his team again as well, only 3 Pokemon, kind of harder because not a lot of the Pokemon that he uses are actually available in the game whatsoever, and yeah, that's pretty much it.